Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome back to EA News. I am Avery Wheat.
And I am Embrielle, and we are here to bring you all you need to know around EA for Monday, September 11th, and every school day after.
Did you get your 7 Brew coffee this morning? Make sure to set a reminder in your phone about 7 Brew's coffee and energy teas every Monday morning before school outside the cafeteria. We know you need the caffeine.
Permanent IDs can be purchased for $5 in the media center before school and at both lunch shifts. Temporary IDs are $1. Students should wear their IDs at test level at all times throughout the day.
Make sure to visit the armory before school or on your lunch shift for all of your EA gear needs. Most items are in stock and can be in your hands in seconds.
Also, Smoothie King is coming Wednesday at both lunch shifts. Get your money right.
For all those who enjoy board games, Dungeons & Dragons, or good laughs, the EA Tabletop Club is happy to invite you to their meeting today at 3 p.m. in the Media Center. For those who are curious, you are invited as well.
The first 4-H Club meeting is today on both lunch shifts. A lunch will meet in room 961 and B lunch will be in room 959. See Ms. McCorn for more info.
If you're interested in becoming a member of the EA Gymnastics team, make sure to go pick up a packet from Miss Minch's classroom in room 1104. Tryouts will be held on September 21st.
For all those artists out there, Apollo's Artism will be having their first meeting right after school today in room 369 upstairs in the Media Center. See Miss Carter or Miss Mistro for more info.
The high today and tomorrow will be 97 degrees. It might be mid-September, but it still feels like July. As always, stay hydrated, Spartans.
Today's lunch is chicken tenders with mac and cheese.
This week is also a 4-day week with no school on Friday and early dismissal on Thursday. So keep pushing, Spartans. We got this.
We hope you have a great Monday. We leave you today with a tribute to those who lost their lives in the terrible terrorist attacks on our country on this day 22 years ago. Even though none of us were alive when this happened, the world in which we live today is shaped in part by what happened on September 11, 2001.
What's up, Spartans? I'm Faye Pereira, and I'm here, Miss Yuzi, to ask you some questions regarding the 9/11 events. So, Miss Yuzi, what was the first thing you did once you heard the news?
So I was a teacher on this campus, and so the first thing I did, third period had just ended. I was leaving my classroom, and a teacher in a nearby classroom stood outside and said some planes had just hit the Twin Towers. Couldn't really comprehend even what those words meant. So I kept walking and I went into what we called the audiovisual library at that point. They had a bunch of TVs in there, and so the news was playing. So I just stood there in just complete awe watching the planes hit, just kept watching the newsreel, trying to figure out exactly what did this mean? What did we need to do? And then I remembered my parents were out of town. So we tried to get in touch with them. They were actually at Disney World at that time. And so they were just telling us how they had been ushered out of the park. I mean, everybody just lined up. They didn't tell them anything. It was very eerie and strange. Kicked them all out of the park. And then it took them probably about a week to be able to get home because no planes were moving or going anywhere. And so they were just stuck and trapped. So I think just didn't really know what to do, just watching the news and trying to figure out what exactly this was going to mean for my family, for the rest of the world. Didn't really know beyond just watching it in just complete distraughtness. Is that even a word?
Thank you, Miss Yuzi.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Corinne Wagisback, and I'm here today with Miss Lajeunesse to ask her some questions regarding 9/11. Miss Lajeunesse, how did the 9/11 affect you?
I was in 6th grade at the time in Mr. Payne's world geography class when it happened. And so I grew up in Niceville, Florida, which is right next to Eglin Air Force Base, one of the largest Air Force base in our nation. And I just remember leaving out of class, and the 8th graders that were older and a little bit wiser than us kind of knew what was going on. And everybody was really upset that their parents were going to be deployed to Afghanistan and these other places right after the events to try to fight in the war. So that really affected us, just seeing how people's lives were going to immediately change by this one circumstance that we were not expecting to happen.
Thank you, Miss Lajeunesse.
Hi, I'm Kinsey Godin, and I'm here with Miss Levy to ask her some questions regarding the 9/11 attack. What were you doing when you heard the news of the attack?
Well, I was in my classroom in the main building here at East Ascension, and I remember a knock on my door, and I stepped outside. It was my coworker Linwood Holdridge at the time who was letting us know, y'all, there was an assault and the Twin Towers were shot down and so forth. So it's like my heart just dropped, and I was thinking, like, who would do such a thing? So the only thing I could do then afterwards, I went back to the computer and I pulled it up, the news, coverage of it. And when I saw it, it's like, this is unbelievable. So all I could do is really just pray for those people affected. So yes, it was heart wrenching.
Yes,